Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between Hitman versus CrunCher. Two of the biggest names in Warcraft 3 in America going at it. This is from Dream over here on the top right. All right, so Ethereal, also known as Hitman. I don't know, does he want to go by Ethereal lately? I always thought he wanted the name Hitman, so I'm not quite sure. The video also provides creep routes and ideas for different races. Yeah. Which videos are you talking about? Crimson. Oh, nice. That is a change. We'll look it up. Diff creeps will change the routes for sure. Yep. Let's go ahead and break things down here. Altar of Storms, Barracks. There is a burrow right there. Both players discussing how much their lag is. There's a little bit of ping. I know that, Hitman likes to play with very low ping, as do most players. But Hitman is the type of player who really uses and plays until that last second type of thing. So if there is a little bit of a lag spike at just the wrong moment for Hitman, well, things do tend to go sideways for him. Regarding the new upload by Back to Warcraft, the new map known as Tide Hunters. Um, oh yeah, the new map. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at it later. I'm sure in what Neo and Remo are doing some good jobs. Some it's doing a good job there. Also, Carson probably going to be getting an in-depth analytical look at the map as well, and talking about the different types of creep patterns. Anyways, let's make our way across over here. Footmen of CrunCher going to scout out this location. Farseer going to be opening here, and the Footman here is it going to try and get in some purge damage once more. Grunt going to absorb a little bit of damage as well, just adding in more damage onto that Footman. They're already down to 269 hit points as a lightning shield now being cast. All right, Renegade Wizard absorbing quite a bit of damage as we're looking at some rogues now making their way back over as well. And is that Farseer going to be able to back away in time? That is the question. Or is that Rogue Wizard going to actually take that last hit? Not quite sure what's going on there. There's a Lightning Shield onto a second unit once more. And now, well, Ring of Protection +3. Oh, Farseer could get taken down by that Lightning Shield. Has to be very careful. Down to 19 hit points, down to 20 hit points. Trying to run away and able to stay alive with that healing salve. Wow, very close call right there. Another healing salve will need to be used on this grunt here. Oh, well, one more needs to be used. Oh my goodness, that's gotta hurt for Hitman. Hitman losing 2 charges of that healing salve early on. Meanwhile, CrunCher getting in a little bit of an early lead here, already sitting at level 2 on his Archmage and causing a little bit of disruption for his opponent as the Spirit Wolf may be able to take down that Footman right there. Footman down to, well, going to be down to dead in just a second as that Wolf does run fairly fast and should be able to get that last hit on that Footman there. All right, Farseer trying to engage here, exchanging blows, trying to keep the grunts alive, and another healing salve charge going to be forced to be used again as Hitman down to only 2 charges left. If the opportunity appears, I'm sure the opportunity will appear at some point as the map becomes more popular and replays are loaded. I should be able to cast a game on that map and do a little bit of my own analysis as well. Anyways, focusing on the game at hand. CrunCher over here on the top right, still just retreating back here. Army sizes are what, 23 supply compared to 29. Tech to tier 2 nearly done. We don't see a war mill as of yet, and militia are now clearing up the Murloc Nightcrawler creep camp. Archmage may be able to get to level 3 during this engagement, and well, level 2 water elementals are significantly better. Meanwhile, the Footmen are still trying to chase after the Farseer here, and there is one arcane tower trying to stop Hitman's Farseer. Coming back through, Murlocs, are they going to get taken down? No, Archmage does get up to level 3, level 2 water elementals and Staff of Teleportation as it, well, teleports back inside the base here and puts pressure onto the Orc burrows. There are peons in the Orc Burrows fighting back here. Archmage may try and drop another Water Elemental here, trying to all-input pressure as a lot of gold and lumber is being lost in this attack. However, this is pretty much a committed attack here. Finally, the Water Elemental going to go ahead and try to dive back on through, and a couple of footmen could get lost. So far, CrunCher down to 27 supply. How many footmen or how many units did he lose in that engagement? I thought he had the supply advantage for a little bit of time. As well, CrunCher now coming back over. Water Elemental slowly walking over again. Footman trying to put a bit of pressure onto the Spirit Lodge. Wants to make sure that the shamans do not come out to play, as more footmen of CrunCher are just getting sacrificed here. Chain Lightning getting 2 kills for that extra bit of experience. Are we going to see a little bit of extra damage there? Yes, a little bit of damage once more as that Farseer inching closer to level 3. Hitman doing a great job trying to get to level 3 here, as that Bestiary could get taken down. It does end up getting canceled as the Water Elemental at least did its job. Grunts, however, going to finish off that Water Elemental there, giving nearly level 3 to that Farseer. Scroll of Speed quickly being used to try and chase down that unit. 31 supply compared to 28. Archmage getting healed back up after a close call with death, having to use that Scroll of Town portal to get out. We are going into an Arcane Tank. Now, I was wondering where that Arcane Vault was for CrunCher. I'm building it all the way in the back of his base right there, as the Archmage now ready to, put in pressure once more. All right, this constant one-base play, fighting back and forth. Archmage putting in pressure. Tauren Chieftain seen at level 1, not yet level 2, by definition of level 1, with no endurance aura to try and catch up. All right, drops another Water Elemental in a odd situation. Does he really need that additional Water Elemental? And is it going to really help as the Mountain King? Well, yeah, he knew that another battle was going to be coming underway. Mountain King gets Stormbolted. Stormbolt now onto a Shaman. Shaman going to get finished off before any purges can go off. And now the Mountain King can perhaps finish off a couple of Grunts as well. There goes an Ensnare. CrunCher losing one of his own units once more, but the Water Elementals are going to be trying to get some damage onto that Grunt right here, right now. Mountain King already in preparation, trying to get in front, but that Grunt is going to say, you know what, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die on my own terms, as the Archmage, is going to try to get in position. There's a Purge onto that Grunt. Grunt looks like he's trying to shake away as well. Archmage trying to launch 2 attacks to finish off that Grunt, but not going to be able to do it. Mountain King is going to be able to Stormbolt. No, Mountain King unable to Stormbolt, and CrunCher, a little bit worse for wear. Is he going to sacrifice 1 Mountain King for 2 Grunts? It looks like that is going to be the case there. Mountain King gets taken down. Oh, no, Mountain King able to back up. Mountain King alive. Archmage able to run back away. So the Archmage able to finish the job on those 2 low hit point Grunts. Grunting happy. Yeah, those Grunts just really falling right there. That was 6 supply swing as a Chain Lightning nearly finishes off that Priest. That Priest was literally down to 2 hit points. After that Chain Lightning, as the Sorceresses slow, keeping that Farseer in check. All right, are we actually going to be looking at the Farseer making its way over here? Yes, we are. Mountain King is in position. Mountain King should realize, Farseer should realize it has no real job or position to be in this spot here. Priests, however, do not have Dispel magic, and without any Dispel, those dire wolves can do large amounts of damage. Adept training should be researched. No, going into Spellbreakers now. Was Adept training researched? Yes, Adept training now done being researched, as we see a Potion of Replenishment on that Mountain King, which could be easily given to the Archmage to try and replenish some hit points and some mana. All right, Rock Golem creep camp now cleared up. Both sides Hitman clearing up the south side here. Gonna be able to pick up some decent items. Tauren Chieftain now with double Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3, large amount of hit points, should be able to get in a good number of stomps, but CrunCher may be able to hit critical mass on those Spellbreakers first. Also, another thing to note is that CrunCher, if he wants control magic to take control of those Shadow Wolves can become very problematic for those Spellbreakers. Critical striking normal damage against them, it tends to eat through them pretty fast. Once he does get control magic, he pretty much cancels out the Tauren Chieftain and that Farseer's Shadow Wolves here. But we are now looking at a couple of Wind Riders joining in on the fight as well. Are we going to have a potential creep jack situation? It looks like that is going to be the case. Units trying to retreat back. Wind Riders, Chain Lightning bouncing around slow. Are we going to see some Dispel Magic Priest down to 57 hit points? Tauren Chieftain, Scroll of Speed, followed by a Stomp. 2 dead casters in the back, followed by a Purged Water Elemental for a little bit more experience. All right, Tauren Chieftain now turning back around. Mountain King just shy of level 3. Once level 2 Thunderclap. Damage could be added in. Spellbreakers going to get some damage onto that. Tauren Chieftain perhaps feed back some of that mana, as well as we're looking at a Sentry Ward being placed down Sentry Ward being placed down to watch and keep track of this army. All right, Farseer going to pick up perhaps a Scroll of Healing or a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability before going into that next fight here. Mountain King perhaps going to be able to get to level 3 during this time. And level 3 on the Mountain King opens up level 2 Thunderclap, but the Tauren Chieftain has its eyes sight on some other targets here. All right, in comes a Peasant. Peasant's getting, stomped on. Kodo Beast digesting the Peasant, followed up by a Lightning Shield. Chain Lightning bouncing things around as that lightning damage really starts to add up. Spellbreakers, however, already in position, removing a lot of the mana from that Tauren Chieftain as the Tauren Chieftain now steps back again. Kodo Beast, are we going to see a Stormbolt onto a Kodo Beast? No, we are not. Kodo Beast able to walk all the way back. Mountain King Stormbolt at level 1. Really not enough damage to focus it down. Archmage sitting at level 3. Sorceresses, Spellbreakers now making their way back over here to the top right-hand side of the map. CrunCher still staying at tier 2. Meanwhile, Hitman staying at tier 1, or tier 2, excuse me, while setting up his first expansion. So expansion is underway. Perhaps Hitman will be able to start banking a large amount of gold. And then, CrunCher, I take it back. Spell Steal is... Control Magic is a tier 2 ability. I had forgotten. I thought it was tier 3. No, taking those dire wolves and now turning them back against his opponent. However, the shamans will be able to purge them down quickly too. Tauren Chieftain now makes the charge of coming across over here. We are looking at a Watchtower fortified armor. However, not protected in time as the units are going to get ready to engage. Stormbolt perhaps onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain going to lose quite a bit of mana right here as the Mountain King going to try to get in a Thunderclap as well, slowing down that Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain, trying to go after that backline. Mountain King still doing a lot of great jobs slowing things down as the Tauren Chieftain pretty much out of mana pretty much instantaneously. Down to 144 mana as well. There's that final stomp there. Tauren Chieftain or Kodo Beast trying to retreat away from those remaining units. Archmage could be in trouble. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability transferred as the Mountain King throws down a Thunderclap. There's a stomp onto that back line as well as we see, the line's completely dissolving. Spellbreakers along the backside here trying to finish off some of those remaining units. Tauren Chieftain going to perhaps go after the Archmage. Archmage gets stunned. Archmage is in trouble. Down to 81 hit points. Invisibility finished off. There's a big Thunderclap there, finishing off a Kodo Beast and a couple of Grunts in the meantime. Meanwhile, Archmage now down to 85 hit points. No more Priest here. Stormbolt onto the Farseer. Farseer, Thunderclap, but not enough to finish it off as the units are going to perhaps try and retreat again. All right. Those units now retreating back, 45 supply compared to 48. Hitman having a bit of an advantage. The Staff of Teleportation going to go ahead and head back home, sell some items, use the Clarity Potion first. It should be using a Clarity Potion, not quite sure yet. Using the Scroll of Regeneration, using the Clarity, handing the Mountain King over that Clarity Potion as well. Archmage was also low on mana as CrunCher is going to follow up to perhaps try and, stop this expansion. It is going to be rather difficult though. Spellbreakers, leading the charge a little bit too gung-ho. Meanwhile, Kodo Beast, there is no real, melee or normal damage. The Farseer doesn't want to summon up any of those wolves. Thank you for the subscription. Definitely support all of the subs. Subs definitely help out my channel with the subscribe. All right, Hitman now looking to defend here. Tauren Chieftain now going to make its way over. We're looking at a little bit of purge damage and damage once again. Tauren Chieftain losing a lot of precious mana as the Spellbreaker is able to cause a Spellbreaker is able to remove that Tauren Chieftain. Once again, Tauren Chieftain now trying to make its way back over. Are we going to see a Stormbolt or a Thunderclap? Farseer a little bit out of position. There goes a Stormbolt onto the Farseer. Farseer was a little bit out of the way here as we are looking at the Mountain King perhaps going to get in a Thunderclap as well. Mountain King does have a Potion of Mana. Is he going to try to use it to finish off that Farseer here? There goes a Stormbolt there. Mountain King gets the final shot off there as the Mountain King throws down a Thunderclap as well. CrunCher doing a great job here while keeping Hitman in check as the units are continuing to attack once more. 52 supply compared to 53. A couple of grunts could get taken down. There goes one grunt. Mountain King low on mana. There's a purge breaking that slow as the Spellbreakers going after these remaining units. Kodo Beast is eating up and slowly digesting one Spellbreaker here as that follow-up attack to perhaps just try to slow or take down multiple units. All right. We are looking at the Spellbreakers continuing this pressure and this charge. Kodo Beast having a difficult time as the units are now retreating back. CrunCher with a slight supply advantage, but translating into a big army advantage. 10 supply difference as the expansion here could get cleaned up. Mountain King needs to, visit the Arcane Vault, pick up a Clarity Potion or something else. Does have a Potion of Mana here. Gonna go ahead and stay nearby Archmage, staying at level 4. Mountain King staying at level 3. There's a Stormbolt onto the Tauren Chieftain, and follow up by a Thunderclap here. Mountain King still has a little bit of mana as we're looking at the Mountain King. Perhaps gonna try to go for another Thunderclap here. A lot of, there goes a Stomp. Archmage could be in trouble. Archmage down to 500 hit points, completely surrounded, but has the invisibility from the Sorceress. Another Thunderclap coming across here. Are we going to see that Kodo Beast get taken down? Yes, we are. Mountain King now sitting at level 4, trying to chase after more units. Crap's going to be able to finish off. There's a Thunderclap onto the Kodo Beast. Kodo Beast about to get taken down. 1 or 2 more shots should finish it up, and a Spellbreaker pops back on out, able to be saved. All right, there goes another Shaman and a Raider. CrunCher constantly taking out more of Hitman's units and now starting to get a bit of an experience catch up. He was behind for a little bit of time, but now starting to take that away from his opponent as CrunCher is in low upkeep, while Hitman is now running only on one base as his expansion is falling. Double scrolls of speed. Tauren Chieftain really wanting to dive on into position. Will get to level 5. That is rather scary. Level 5 Tauren Chieftain is a major power spike as that stomp radius just grows so much. The difficulty will be trying to get to that back line of priests and sorceresses where you really need that stomp to land. Mountain King also is playing a game of peekaboo. What was that? No, okay, it's still invisible. It looks like it's revealed right now, but no, that is actually him invisible. So yeah, so Mountain King is going to perhaps try and land a Stormbolt onto the Tauren Chieftain, and when that while that Stormbolt is stunning down the Tauren Chieftain, allowing the Spellbreakers to remove much of that precious mana. All right. Where are the units going to be going next? There's a slow onto a Grunt. Grunt trying to back away. Kodo Beast trying to eat, and there's a Stormbolt right there. Are we going to perhaps see damage onto that Tauren Chieftain? Tauren Chieftain gets a Stomp off, but only hits 2 units. A Purge there as the Tauren Chieftain now already down to 77 mana. Stormbolt, but a Potion of Invulnerability in time to stop that from happening. Potion of Mana is available. There goes another Stomp across. Well, 4 casters right there. Chain Lightning finishing off more as another Stormbolt goes down onto the Tauren Chieftain. It is a Stormbolt clap, Thunderclap battle and Stormbolt battle going back and forth here. 55 supply compared to 55 as the Tauren Chieftain will still trying to defend his own home base as a Chain Lightning bounces through all of the backline casters. All right, that's actually a downside for casters or the caster army with so many Spellbreakers. Once the casters get hit by a Stomp and a Lightning Shield, a follow-up Chain Lightning usually has great ripple effect against the remaining casters. Because the Spellbreakers are magic immune, you'd actually want the Lightning Shield or the Chain Lightning to bounce onto a Spellbreaker since they're the units that have more hit points, but it goes from one available target to another, which just normally means another caster to another caster. There's a Thunderclap right there, slowing down multiple units. Tauren Chieftain now out of mana once again. Hitman needing to back away. Kodo Beast may try and eat up again. Is it going to be able to eat up that much? Level 5 now on that Archmage as they're still fighting it again. Archmage may want to back up here, perhaps getting in some damage. There goes another Thunderclap, Water Elemental, the level 3 variety. Chain Lightning bouncing around in that back position as the Kodo Beast, correctly choosing the threat level on that water elemental, which was dealing so much damage to the Wind Riders there. All right, more damage coming back across. 47 supply compared to 54 units are trying to make their way to the very far back. Water Elemental rejoins in on the fight here. Mountain King completely separated from the rest of the battle here, as this is not a good spot to be in. Are we going to see a slow? No, invisibility. Tauren Chieftain may just try and throw down a stomp here. Nope, no stomp. Invisible Priest actually getting in the way. Are we going to see a slow? No, another invisible. Well, there's Dust of Appearance. Are we going to perhaps see a little bit more damage? Yeah, finishing off those 2 low hit point casters. All right. Hitman is the one with the follow up, finishing off any fleeing units as the grunts with slow trying to get away. Spellbreakers trying to hit back here. Mountain King perhaps going to be able to land down another Thunderclap. No, Scroll of Speed. There goes a Stormbolt finishing off a grunt once more. Mountain King still has that Potion of Mana. Scroll of Regeneration once more being used as an invisible water elemental, keeping track of Hitman's army. 50 supply, main gold mines, only 1 minute, less than a minute of mining left here. So if CrunCher can trade efficiently against his opponent, he will come out ahead. He is, however, going up against level 3 Chain Lightning and level 3 Stomp, meaning that the cast or these 2 lone priests in the back are going to be high priority targets. Once those priests are taken down, oh, there's a Thunderclap, slowing things already as the Spellbreakers are trying to find some targets. There's a Chain Lightning bouncing around. Tauren Chieftain going to get taken out. Hitman, no, has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability in time. Mountain King still has plenty of mana to go. Going to throw down a Stomp across these 2 units. Are we going to see a Chain Lightning bounce across the last 2 remaining priests? That is the important thing to try and go after here, as the Farseer are going to try and go after some of these remaining units. Spellbreakers, what's going on? Tauren Chieftain is going to be able to really do much at all as the Farseer is trying to run on over. Slow being cast onto him, not able to catch up. Mountain King, not enough mana as it is still, well, trying to run away. Farseer down to 88 hit points. 39 supply compared to 54. Where is that Archmage run off to? Archmage is going to run off to the front side here. Farseer just trying to create a little bit of separation. Is he going to be able to do exactly that? Staff of Teleportation trying to get 5 hit points as it gets back home. Healing Salve onto that Farseer. Hitman keeping that Farseer alive and keeping his hopes alive, even though he is down 39 supply to 54. Mountain King looking to get an extra bit of experience any way it can. Long distance mining by both CrunCher and Hitman at this point in the game. And well, who is able to get just enough? That is the question. Tauren Chieftain has constantly been forced to retreat back and has not really been able to use his stomp as effectively as he would have liked. Invisibility onto a Tauren Chieftain, get a stomp onto that back line, and then follow it up with the Chain Lightning would be a nasty 1-2 combination, but the Tauren Chieftain gets Thunderclapped and Stormbolted instead. Purge onto the Water Elemental. Water Elemental quickly getting taken down. Tauren Chieftain down to 200 hit points. Are we going to see a stomp here? There is a stomp and the death of that Tauren Chieftain. Archmage is invisible at 50 hit points. No Dust of Appearance either, as the units are still fighting their way through. All right, a little bit more slow getting cast. Mountain King, what is it going to try and do here? Water Elemental being dropped and now going to go after the Wind Rider here. There is another Thunderclap slowing things off. Archmage could get easily taken down. Has to be very careful, but there's the GG by Hitman. CrunCher taking this game even though he had the lower score. Great game between CrunCher and Hitman here on Amazonia. A 1-base strategy. Hitman tried to expand, was unable to hold on to it effectively, and CrunCher just really outlasting in that battle of attrition. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.